run it up.
Oh, y'all want to talk about the EC first?
Whatever you got. Whatever you got on the rundown, bro.
It's a lot of talk. Let's talk. First of all, before we even get into the Elimination Chamber, man.
What's going on?
Triple H, man. It's official. He is Wrestling Observer's Booker of the Year.
That's surprising, dog.
That's insane. I thought it was gonna be Shawn Michaels, but for the first time since AEW's birth, WWE took home the award. WWE also took home Best Promoter, Nick Khan, and Best Promotion. So I want to ask you, fellas, did Observer get this right? Did they get these awards right?
Yo, surprisingly. Yeah, bro. Like I did not expect this at all because we all know Wrestling Observer, that's Dave Meltzer and all them, and it's like their fan base usually hates anything WWE is a part of. And low key, WWE still got the award for like a lot of the negative joints. So like worst promotion tactic and like worst match of the year. Like WWE still took home like all of that. But seeing Triple H get Booker of the Year over Tony Khan, which is they're very well deserved, it was shocking for me to see, bro. Like, I got to admit, it was shocking. But they got it right. Triple H was definitely the Booker of the Year.
I mean, it's not shocking to me, man. I think that, you can't really front on how bad Tony Khan has been doing with AEW. Like, it's been terrible. I think Dave Meltzer was put in the corner, man. Like, if he said anything about Tony Khan being the Booker of the Year, he would have been slandered. And that's saying a lot in today's climate. So... And then, considering everything that Hunter has done, I mean, bro, CM Punk has come back. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, there's no clear answer.
It's funny you say that. Like, right. But no, it's funny Sylvan says that because I was looking through these Observer Awards and they actually gave I think WWE either got the award or they were the runner-up for worst promotional tactic of the year, and it was because they signed CM Punk. So apparently signing CM Punk was like a bad promotional tactic. I don't get it. I'm kind of confused.
I mean, I'm not sure, but I mean, business is business. So I know they can't hate on the fact that Booker and Nick have been out here crushing it because WWE is looking like it was in 1998, 1999, man. While I don't know. AEW's been struggling to sell out 5,000 seat arenas and stuff. So. It's tough out here, man.
Shout out to the Observer fans getting it right. Yeah, shout out to them. Man. Even though they they got a lot of these other ones wrong. Though. I don't know if y'all saw, but our boy Seth Rollins got snubbed. He didn't win anything.
Yeah, what? I saw that. Yeah, he did get snubbed.
He got big snub.
Yeah, man. But I don't expect anything from them. I mean, I think Will Ospreay was like number one.
Yep. Of course.
Of course.
Oh, wow. But shout out to the Observer fans for getting it right. They are definitely the 1% of fans we were talking about in the beginning of this podcast. Yeah. But they got that right. So shout out to them.
Shout out to them. But let's talk about the EC real quick. Drew McIntyre, as we all know, has won the men's Elimination Chamber, and he will be getting a world title match with Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 40. I want to ask you guys, was Drew the right choice? Yes or no? Let me hear it, Qwan.
You want me to take it? Look,
let me hear it.
He wasn't the wrong choice. He was kind of the only choice because if it wasn't Drew, then who else would it be? Like, did we really think that Bobby Lashley was going to win that match and get Seth Rollins at Mania? Not really. Did we think Logan Paul or Kevin Owens was going to win that match and get Seth Rollins at Mania? No. Did we think Randy Orton was going to win it? Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be mad if Randy Orton was the choice because I'm down to see Randy versus Seth. But we knew that wasn't going to happen. Drew McIntyre was the only choice. Now, I don't have confidence in this match actually happening. Like, I don't think this is going to be the match at WrestleMania. I have a feeling that Sami Zayn is going to weasel his way into this match somehow, some way, because him and Drew McIntyre have been doing a thing on Raw. And maybe this becomes a three-way match, like a triple threat, and maybe that's how Sami Zayn gets the title. I don't know, but yeah, there was no real other choices besides Drew McIntyre. With CM Punk out of the equation, it had to be Drew.
I think CM Punk is still going to be in Mania. I don't know why.
It's very wishful thinking of you, Qwan. I mean, but I will say that whatever, like Sammy's whole road to WrestleMania is a thing. So I mean, it could happen. Um, Drew's the only one who entered into the chamber with a story.
Right.
He was the only one
Facts.
who had a reason to be in that chamber. He was the only one who had motivation to actually win that world heavyweight title. Everyone else was just there. It was just a thing to do. It was another pay-per-view. And I'm not saying that like those guys didn't want it or anything, but it's more of like, where was the programming of how much they really wanted it? And I think the larger issue just goes to how much of an afterthought this world heavyweight title has become. But with that being said, yeah, he was the only choice in my opinion. He was the only choice because he was the only person who had a story. I would have loved to see LA Knight. That's just me personally, but nobody else in that chamber had a story going into WrestleMania. And I do like the fact that everybody else did get their matches set up for them.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was great. So shouts to Drew. It's funny. I said this was the last thing I wanted to see, and Jesus Christ, it's the first thing that we are getting. So what are we gonna do?
Shout out to Drew for real.
Yeah, facts. And yo, like you was talking about the setups, yo, AJ Styles and
AJ and LA Knight. That's looking like it's gonna be something like great. Like I feel like they really like two TNA, you know what I'm saying? Former TNA guys, like
Right.
both veterans, like they hate each other. Like this is gonna be a bloodbath. And I do love the fact that it's gonna be Randy versus Logan too. That's gonna be incredible. Like I can only imagine the RKOs we're gonna get, those moments. You know, we might get a new champion that night. You know, who knows, man. So I like it here, man.
Yo, and
Yeah,
shout out to
we in good
TNA, bro. It was a moment in that match when Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and LA Knight were just all going at it. And in my head, I'm like, yo, this was TNA in 2012. Like,
Facts.
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 Crazy.
That's crazy, man.
It was like
12
four
years ago.
former champions. If you count AJ Styles interfering,
Yep.
4 former TNA champions.
That's ill, man. That's ill.
That's fire, man. We really in a good place in wrestling, man. I love
Facts.
it. We love it. We all love it. Now, on the women's side, Becky Lynch won the chamber. She will be moving on
Boo,
to
nigga,
Mania.
I already know where this is going.
Oh, she will be facing Rhea Ripley. Sylvan, was she the right choice?
Be honest,
Yeah.
bro.
Was she the right choice?
No, Becky wasn't the right choice. I think I get why this is happening because they want Rhea Ripley to like solidify herself. So she's gonna go over against Becky. You know, the same way that she went over against Charlotte. Like they're setting it up to where she is the new head honcho. And you know, she's got her and Becky have never had a program. So I see why they're doing it, but for me personally, and I know Qwan isn't gonna like this at all, but what I really wanted to see is Rhea versus Liv, man. And I think it's just so much. It's so much more of a compelling story, man. The fact that Liv has been literally cheated, like time after time after time, for her opportunity to really be back at the top by Rhea Ripley. You know, someone that she was kind of close to at a certain point. So it's like, I just feel like that story is brewing, and I don't know. I kind of wanted to see her become obsessed, you know, and I hope that they continue this. I hope it becomes a thing where like Liv is like, she like snaps and turns into this different character, because I feel like they're kind of teasing it. But that's what I wanted to see. I feel like Becky versus Rhea is, I hate to say it, it's kind of boring. I think they can convince me otherwise, maybe, but it feels a little boring to me. That's just me.
I definitely thought Liv was gonna take that. I'm not going to
I don't think she was going to take it, but
I thought she was going to win the chamber.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to win the chamber. I always knew it was going to be Becky. They teased it at the press conference. I mean, it was a clear as day. We all knew this is the way that it's going, but I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's just boring. It's very boring to me.
We all knew.
Becky hasn't had a singles title match in like 2 years, right?
Besides the NXT. Besides NXT.
Yeah,
Mhm.
wow.
And that did a lot. That NXT match did a lot because that got Tiffany Stratton noticed by like the mainstream. And now look,
Yeah,
Tiffy doing her thing, bro. Tiffy time.
Yep.
Yo, Tiffy time, man.
And people were mad about that match. Remember when that happened? Like people were mad. They're like, "Why is Becky Lynch taking shine away from NXT?" Whole time, bro, she put Tiffy over, and now Tiffany Stratton is like the biggest star. But Yeah, dog. I don't want to see Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, and I hope this don't come off like controversial, but like, I really didn't care who won that match, bro. Like, it was like, all right, Rhea Ripley versus them. And the reason I felt that way is because the person that I wanted to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania wasn't even in the match. I'm sorry, but I want to see Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I feel like they're two big, muscular, attractive women. I just wanted to see them go at it at WrestleMania. I felt like that would be a great way to introduce Jade Cargill because we've only seen her in the Royal Rumble, right? And she had a great showing, but since Royal Rumble, she hasn't really done anything. So it's like, why not bring her back in a big way? Have her end Rhea Ripley's title run because Rhea Ripley can't be beat right now. She just destroyed Nia Jax. Good match, great match, by the way. But she just destroyed Nia Jax. So it's like, yo, Rhea is literally untouchable right now. But if you want to program the fans into believing that Jade Cargill is next and she's untouchable as well, put her in that ring with Rhea Ripley and have her go over. So I wanted to see Jade versus Rhea. Jade wasn't even in the goddamn match. So it's like, I guess Becky Lynch. Why not?
I mean, really, if we being honest, it should have been Rhea versus Bianca. But I feel like they're saving that for some reason. And on top of that, Bianca just came off of like a main event at WrestleMania. Well, not a main event, but she just came off of being champion at WrestleMania. They're trying to like, quiet her down a little bit before they get her back into the spotlight. Becky's been away from it for a while. It's just kind of it's just really safe to me. I felt like the better option though was Liv. So I hope Liv interferes and causes Rhea Ripley the title because I do, man. I'm sorry, bro. I want to see. I know y'all don't care, but like I want to see Liv snap. Like I want to see her snap. I want to see her lose it, bro. Like really lose it because it's like nobody's following the fact that like Rhea's been costing her these moments. Like from the Royal Rumble to Chamber to like it's like I want to see her snap, bro.
So let's be honest. Like Liv has had her title run. Like she was Money in the Bank winner, and then she won that women's title, and she carried it. The problem with Liv is that she just gets hurt too often, bro. Like we'll have her for like 3 months, and then it's like boom, she's gone for 6 more months, and then she's back again. 2 months later, she hurt again. So it's like, can we really trust her to put the title on her again?
I mean, she like Shorty from NXT. Always getting injured.
Yeah, Nikita Lyons or whatever.
Yeah, Nikita Lyons stay getting injured, bro. I'm like, yo, I don't know what it is.
They be calling that girl MAGA the Stallion, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
MAGA the Stallion, bro. Yeah. Like the internet is cold, bro. It's a cold world.
Cold place, cold game. But yeah,
man. But shout out Becky, man.
Nice.
Hopefully it's a good match.
It'll be good.
And let's talk about AEW real quick because we've noticed something kind of interesting recently. It's been a full calendar year since an AEW show has reached a milestone of 1 million viewers. And wow, what happened? Like,
yo, Cooley is dumb, dog.
No, it's like. Will they hit this mark again? You guys think? I mean, I'm pretty sure Sylvan don't think this, but Tony Khan has reached a bump, like a serious bump, and it's going downhill. And I honestly don't know what can possibly bring this back to 1 million viewers. I mean, maybe Mercedes Moné, as Qwan would say. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think?
I mean, they are getting they are getting Okada and Monet, so maybe that'll. Come on, bro. Stop snoring into the goddamn microphone, bro. But it's like I'm sure that show might get at least close to 1 million. But it's kind of crazy though. It's really kind of crazy because I want to say in 2021, AEW Dynamite was hitting 1 million like every single week. Like, y'all remember that? Like, fresh off of signing, like, Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson and CM Punk and Keith Lee, all these guys. Like, AEW was doing 1 million, like, damn near every single week. So it's kind of crazy to, like, really hear the fact that it's been a full 365 days since AEW has hit that milestone. It's shocking, bro. But I think they can hit it again. It's going to take some work, though. It's going to take some work. 'Cause like I said, man, WWE is hot right now. And when WWE is hot, it's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
I
What can you do?
mean, you know, uh, worst 5 years, man. You know, you got to go through it, bro. You got to go through the fire. Can they get back? I don't know. I don't really know, man. I think Tony has I think he's played himself into a corner where he has blindly been catering to an audience that's so niche that he is kind of missing the point of his business, which is for it to grow. And what I see right now is just a willingness to look outside of his core and cater to the big boys, man. I think he's booked himself into a real corner. And on top of that, a lot of that talent is injured or gone. A lot
Yeah.
of AEW talent right now is injured. They're on the sidelines. You know, Adam Cole is not here. Like a lot of guys are not here at all. So
KO.
KO, you know what I mean? Like it's tough, man. Like I just think that I firmly believe AEW needs to reinvent themselves totally. I think they're in a space where um I feel like they're in a space
But
where they're backed into a corner.
okay, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We kind of hold AEW to this imaginary 1 million viewer mark, right? Like whenever they don't hit it, it's always people on X app saying, "Up, no milli." AEW couldn't hit a milli again, and it's like it would be nice for them to do it, and it would be nice to see AEW grow. But how do we know that that's Tony Khan's goal? Like at the end of the day, Tony Khan is just the guy that has too much goddamn money and wanted to start a wrestling company. And right now, they are firmly the number 2 company in the U.S. So it's like, how do we know that Tony Khan wants to go beyond that, bro? Maybe he just wants to run a wrestling company because he loves wrestling. So if he's losing money year over year running this, it's like, okay, he's not in danger of losing it. Like, like he's not in danger of losing AEW. The man is worth like hundreds of billions of dollars. So it's like, maybe he's cool with just being number 2 and catering to that 1%.
I mean,
Hey,
I mean, look, and I know we're not supposed to say this, but I don't care what Tony Khan is, his goals are. I only care about what he's told us. And what he's told us is that he wants to be more. He wants to compete. He wants to be bigger than WWE. He wants to be
But
that
at the
guy.
same but at the same time, we know Tony Khan like comes from like message boards. Like it's been widely known that Tony Khan, before he ran AEW, he was like a message boards poster who was like just flaming people for liking certain things, and like he was one of those purist fans. So it's like now that he has his own company, it's not realistic for us to think that Tony Khan is just gonna wake up one day and be like, you know what, everything that I thought was the right way has actually been the wrong way. I want to change the way I think and cater to like the mainstream now. Like it's not gonna happen, bro. He always gonna cater to the 1% because that's what he like. He gonna cater to what he like.
I mean, he's not even really catering to the 1% that great, in my opinion. I feel like I feel like AEW is missing a mark on a huge opportunity to really solidify themselves as a certain product that you come to for real elite wrestling. Like they're missing a lot of marks. I think there's a lot of things that AEW could do from a presentation standpoint, not even just to compete with WWE, but to further separate themselves as an alternative product. And in my opinion, all of their moves just feel like WWE Junior. They do, from their talent signings to how they present themselves to like who they're hiring. Like I don't know. I mean, I know we got the rundown still, you know, but like it's just like it just all screams, "Oh yeah, we're doing this," and it's kind of like WWE, but not.
Yeah.
You know, and so like when I look at I look at what you're talking when I look at a person's character, I'm looking at what you're talking about and the actions you make. And what you're talking about is a guy who's repeatedly said that he wants to compete with the alternative product, and his actions are displaying that by hiring that alternative product's hand-me-down talent and putting them to work. So
they low-key just hired a former WWE writer like 2 days ago.
And I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say that. I've been trying to be a good guy.
Whoa.
But it's not just a writer. It's one of their head writers, like one of their senior writers who was totally responsible for the women's division. And now he's just talking it up. Like, we're so happy to have her on board, and we're so happy because she's going to be a senior, blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, like, you're not doing anything to really differentiate yourself, even as an alternative product. You're just kind of WWE Junior. AEW fans are just ex WWE disgruntled fans. I
Pretty
stand
much.
by that, bro. I stand by it because I was one of them.
Right. You're not wrong.
You know,
You're not wrong, bro.
Hey, yeah, man. You know.
It
Well,
is what it is.
they're not gonna reach a million views. Y'all don't think?
I think they'll hit it.
worst
I think
5 years, bro.
I think this show that's in Boston with Mercedes debut and Okada, I think that's gonna get 1 million views just off like the curiosity. But
Off the strength
It'll
of
do
it, bro.
800,000 at bat.
I think it'll do 1 million.
Maybe
Come on,
9.
man.
It's not doing a milli,
925,
bro.
925K.
They're not doing a milli, bro.
I can see them doing 1 milli, and then like the weeks later, it's gonna fall back down to what it's been at. Just because, like, you know, that curiosity, people just gonna tune in and see what it is, and then they're gonna see what it is and be like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then they're gonna move on.
Yeah, because we some weeks out, man. We some weeks out. So
Right.
we gonna see. We gonna see. But speaking of, you know, old writers and all this stuff, the higher ups, I know you guys heard about Scott D'Amore is out as president at TNA.
Damn.
That was
very
that was
insane.
crazy. That was
Fire
insane.
Scott D'Amore, dog.
Yeah, they got that man out the paint
Scott, no more.
like
Get him
Shaq
outta
used to
here.
do.
Did you say Scott
everybody,
No
you know.
More? Come on, dog.
Oh my
Come on. Come on.
I gotta do it. Sorry. Hey man, look, it's a podcast, baby.
Oh.
Still love you, Scott.
Bro,
Come on,
says-
come on the podcast, man.
Yo, that's insane, man. But yo, that move shocked the entire industry.
It's tough.
Anthem Entertainment name Anthony Siccione. I don't know how to. You know,
I think it's
don't know how to
Anthony
say it.
Siccione. I think you got it right.
He's the new TNA president. Do you guys think Anthem fumbled Scott? I mean, clearly the wrestlers do because they're all on the same time right now. But do you guys think they fumbled Scott? Let's hear from you, Sylvan.
Yes and no. I think yes because this guy is definitely responsible for getting TNA hot again. Like the past 2 to 3 years, he's been putting everything he can into reviving TNA to its former glory. And this past 6 months we've seen it. Like we've really seen the fruits of that labor and that work. He really has been an architect. And when you see the amount of talent that's come to TNA and the amount of moments that we've gotten, it's really based off of him moving and shaking and getting things done. And so I don't think you're going to find someone as passionate as him that's able to work within the boundaries that he's been able to work within, or to someone that's as beloved by the talent. I do think on the flip side, though, from what I've been reading, is that a lot of money was spent. A lot of budgets were being maxed out and he wanted to spend more money. And that's very, very reasonable because in order to make money, you got to spend money. And I'm pretty sure these guys were like, look, we're already spending a lot of money as is. You want us to dump even more. And we're probably barely turning out a profit. Like we're at a point where we're trying to scale back and figure out how we can make this still work for another 5 or 10 years, if that. And so I think in their minds, it's just kind of like, yeah, Scott is great, but he's expensive and his visions are just not within the confines of what we're trying to do. So it's really unfortunate. I think Scott has a big vision and his vision was coming to life, but unfortunately dollars and cents is a factor. And it's not like this guy's got Tony Khan, in his back pocket where it's just like, yo, cut the checks. Let's just keep on pushing. So it's unfortunate, man. And I really do wish you the best, Scott. I know you will land on your feet wherever you go and whatever you decide to do, but I know it's got to hurt. Because TNA was close to your heart.
Right.
I feel like it's too early to say that they fumbled Scott because, we haven't seen any big moves after this, like as far as wrestlers breaking their contract or, stuff like that. It seems like TNA is still above water.
Yeah, but like the popularity is starting to like dwindle again. It's like, because let's just be honest. We all love TNA like in the late 2000s. Early 2010s, but at some point it kind of got bad for TNA and we all kind of moved on. And recently I've been watching a lot of TNA and I can genuinely say this is the first time that I've paid attention to TNA in at least 6 or 7 years. And the reason because of that, it has a lot to do with Scott D'Amore and what he's been doing. So like the outcry that we're seeing from wrestlers, we saw Trinity weigh in, Naomi. She's not even in the company anymore, but she even weighed in with her thoughts about it on Twitter because she just wanted to let people know that she loves Scott D'Amore and she stands with him. So it's like,
Facts.
if the wrestlers are speaking out about it and they're pissed about it, I can't tell them they're wrong. So I do agree that they might have fumbled Scott D'Amore in a way. But like Sylvan said, at the end of the day, it is business. And let's just be honest. I see these crowds that TNA brings in. It's not a lot of people.
It's not a lot of
And
ticket
it's not-
power.
Right. But I also see the wrestlers that TNA brings in. They just recently brought in Dolph Ziggler. They
Mhm.
brought in Trinity at one point. Mustafa Ali is the X Division champion. He just won a title over there a day ago. These people aren't coming in for free. So it's like Scott D'Amore was clearly spending a lot of bread. And it's like, are we making enough money to counter the money that we're spending? I don't know. So it's hard to say from that aspect that Anthem didn't make the right decision. But at the same time, it's like, I love Scott D'Amore and I love what he was doing. So I definitely didn't want to see him get fired. And I'm sure he'll land somewhere. Like, if he's not TNA, TNA. If he's not AEW bound, which if Tony Khan is smart, he would bring him in right away.
Mhm.
But if he's not TNA bound or AEW bound, then he's definitely WWE bound. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Scott D'Amore back there. Because, I mean, his former talent is back there.
Yep.
Like Drake Maverick is there. Abyss is there. Our boy Nick Aldis is like an on-screen character now in WWE. So it's like,
yep,
He would fit in perfectly.
fit in perfectly. Fit in right there in management.
come on over, Scott. We gonna see.
Come on,
man.
baby. Come to
We
WWE.
gonna
Mhm.
see. Now, last topic I got for the rundown today sparked a lot of controversy online. It's about Velveteen Dream.
Oh no! Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So he
Damn.
recently made his first wrestling appearance for an independent company called The Dynasty, and it sparked a huge outrage because of his past allegations of grooming. He wasn't found not guilty or guilty. It just, allegations.
Fast allegation.
Yeah. So what's y'all take on this situation? Let's hear it from Qwan first.
Damn,
about
how you
Velveteen
gonna
making-
give me? How
Let's go.
you gonna choose me on this one? Damn, this
Hey,
one is
man, let's get it.
Yo, it's tough, man. It's tough, man. Like you said, it is allegations. So, I mean, if this company was comfortable with putting him out there, then I feel him. I do think that it shouldn't have been a surprise, though. It shouldn't have been a surprise. It should have been announced because fans who buy tickets for that show, they should have the opportunity to not attend the show if they feel strongly about him being there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be like, surprise, here's this guy who had allegations of grooming. It's like, no, let people know so they can have the decision of whether they actually still want to attend or not. But other than that, it's like, it kind of just is what it is. I pray for Velveteen Dream. None of us know what happened. We can all have right, like we can all speculate about it. We can talk amongst each other whether it was true, whether it was false. But at the end of the day, we really don't know. The only people that know is Velveteen Dream and God. So it's like, I'm praying for the brother. I'm glad that he's doing well. I never want to see a black man, getting his back kicked in. But at the same time, the Dynasty, I've never heard of this company, but they were wrong for not letting fans know that he would be at that show.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my bad. You gonna say Cooley?
I was gonna, say, shout out Velveteen Dream. It's tough when you're being stoned because of allegations,
Right.
and you was not proved guilty in court. So
Right.
people are just making up allegations and assumptions. So I mean, I get it. Because we've seen it in music, we've seen it with actors, we've seen it with a lot of people. But if he's made his peace with the Most High, then he got to do what he got to do. But as Qwan said, yeah, the promotion company should have alerted everybody because I wouldn't go to no show if Brock Lesnar's appearing or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Like let us know that he's there so I can decide.
Yeah. That's my take.
I mean, yeah, the promotional company definitely should alert people that he was going to be there. I don't think a surprise was pretty savvy at all, especially when you have someone who has allegations like that floating out. It's just not good business at all. Just is what it is, man. So I mean, there's that. However, these are allegations, I will say, and he hasn't been proven guilty in the court of law. And for that reason, I would never want to stop a man from being able to eat. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, he's got to feed himself. He's got to feed his family. Feed the people that he cares about, and he should still be able to work and get what he needs to get done. I don't ever believe in taking money out of anybody's hands or food out of anybody's plate. So shouts to Velveteen, man. I don't know what happened. All I know is that they're allegations, and these are things that I'm just like, it's like if it is something that did happen, then it's just like, man, my God, But
Right.
from what I've heard, it's just like it's allegations, and nothing's been proven. Haven't been any lawsuits. Like what can I say, man? You still got to eat. You still got to get food. Everybody in prison still got to eat food. So
Right, and I will say, it's been a lot of white wrestlers with a lot worse allegations. And
oh yeah, selective outrage.
They still eating. Yeah,
Hey,
they still
man,
eating.
the game
today,
is the
so-
game.
Chris Jericho's still in here, man.
Yeah.
You feel
Right.
me? You know what I mean? Still
Right.
showing up.
Hey, Vince McMahon was around for years, and it's like, these allegations that are about Vince McMahon. A lot of these allegations have been there for a long time.
Long
I
time.
see a lot of people discussing the Ashley Massaro situation, and it's like we've known about this since like 2013.
Yep.
So like, why are
Yeah.
we? Don't get outraged now. You sat there and was
Pulled
cool
up.
with it. Yeah, you was cool with it when it was happening. So like, don't try to, take the moral high ground now. But yeah,
It's
it kind
cool
of
what
just
they do.
it is
Selective
what it is.
outrage.
But if you are gonna have a guy on the show like that, let people know, bro.
Facts.
Don't
That's
just
facts.
spring him out there out of nowhere, because like I want to be able to decide whether I want to spend money to see him or not. So
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta let people know.
irresponsible.
You gotta let people know. But yeah,
Yep.
shout out to the dynasty wherever they are. What is the dynasty? That's a weird name for a wrestling
I
promotion.
don't know.
bro.
I just think about Jay-Z. The album. That's the
Wow.
first thing I heard of.
Cooley
Dynasty.
knows a
I had
Jay-Z
that
album, bro. It's
Bro,
crazy.
I had that album when I was a kid. I'm so
Yeah.
serious. Like,
One of the greatest intros ever.
come on, man. And
Theme
was
song to
killing
the
all
Sopranos.
Benny Siegel was killing everybody on that whole album. Keep it up.
Facts.
Yeah, he was
Facts.
destroying people.
Facts.
Except for that intro. That intro cleared everything.
I don't know, bro. Memphis Bleak has some bright spots on that album.
Nah,
too,
never
low-key.
read the Quran or Islamic scriptures. Only Psalms I read was on the palms of my. Yo, come on, don't do this, man. There's no verse on that that's touching that intro, bro. Hov knew what he was doing, man.
If you haven't noticed, this is a very Hov-friendly podcast. Besides Cooley, because
Yeah.
Cooley is a Nas fan, and I
Oh,
love
Nas
Nas.
Cooley
Man,
listened to the
no.
Lost Tapes too, man.
Hey, it was fire.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
It's a
it
terrible album.
was.
It's
I
terrible.
have the
Wow,
Lost
that's
Tapes too,
crazy.
bro.
Lost
It
Tapes
was
2.
cool.
No,
Yes,
it's not.
bro.
There's nothing cool about that. Even Nas knows. That's why he did 6 albums after.
Nah,
Right,
man.
that one joint, the single that was like that joint was terrible.
Terrible.
It was terrible. It
Terrible.
was terrible, man. But yo, shout out to Nas and shout out to Hov. Great Hofa. Come on the podcast, Hov.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just playing. Damn well.
He's gonna be like, yo, what?
Damn well, Jay-Z ain't coming on no goddamn wrestling.
Talk about
with us,
wrestling?
man.
Nah.
Right.
Ain't no way, man.
I wrestled the block, baby. Ho.
Wrestle the critics.
Right. But good looks for that rundown, Cooley, man. I guess we can get into award. It's award season, baby. Let's give out some awards, man.
Let's do it.
So, like I always say, the wrestling space is a very negative one for the most part. But, we like to shine a bright light over here and be positive every once in a while. You feel me? Sometimes you got to let people know that you see what they're doing and let them know that you enjoy the work that they're doing. And this week, I want to give my "We See You" head nod to our boy Mustafa Ali. We are going to see Mustafa Ali tonight at Prestige Wrestling. I want to say that's
Yes,
the name of
sir.
the company.
That's prestige.
He's wrestling Speedball Mike Bailey. But Mustafa Ali is fresh off of an X Division title win in TNA. He's the TNA X Division champion.
Mhm.
I really enjoy the work that Mustafa Ali has been doing post WWE. It's easy to get down, especially when a company like WWE lets you go while you're in the middle of a feud. Like, you're literally in the middle of a storyline and a company just fires you, bro. It would be easy to kind of just, take your ball and go home and sulk about it, put your head down, let it get to you. But Mustafa Ali didn't do that. Mustafa Ali got booked for hundreds of indie shows immediately. He got this whole Mr. Ali gimmick popping, and he running with the ball right now. He's killing the game. I love what Mustafa Ali is doing. I was watching TNA No Surrender the other night, and he came out with like his special agent bodyguards. He was looking like the president. He got a shape up. Mustafa Ali out here with a lineup, bro. He out here shaped up. Like he's swole too. He put on muscle. I love what I'm seeing from Mustafa Ali. So Mustafa, I just got to let you know we definitely see what you're doing over here. You get the salute this week, brother.
I'm giving my salute, my ICU to the incomparable Raquel Rodriguez.
Hey,
Raquel, you came back from a really scary eczema scare, and took 3 months out, and you came back and conquered and made your way into the Elimination Chamber and had an incredible performance. I just want to say we see you. Thank you for putting yourself on a line regardless of any type of health issues you've had, and we just hope to keep seeing you rock the way you rocking, man, and we want to see you at the top. We know you're a force to be reckoned with, and so you had a great performance in my opinion at Elimination Chamber, and I just want to see you continue to strive and reach for the heights that you know you're destined for.
Facts.
Shout out. I want to give my We See You award to Tiffany Stratton.
Big Tiff.
She's been doing her thing. She's a future Hall of Famer. Let's talk about it. We early.
She didn't do Charlotte.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Charlotte right now. Tiffany strapped in. Let's get it.
She's one of the ones. We can see it. This is her second main pay-per-view, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Royal Rumble.
PLE. Premium Live Events.
Premium Live Event.
She low-key carried the whole match. I am not gonna lie. I mean, of course, Bianca did her thing. That's regular.
That's a given.
But Tiffany did her thing, and she had a crazy spot when she did a front flip off the cage.
I'm like, yo.
I'm like, come on, man. Tiffany, you doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. And you're going to be that thing. You feel me?
We see it's Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time.
Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany strapped in, baby. Let's get it.
Strapped in. Yeah.
And I definitely want to show some love to Raquel too. I feel you on that, Sylvan, because a lot of people might not know this, but Raquel actually had a flare up of eczema while she was out there in Australia. So on the PLE, she wasn't wearing any makeup because she had like a lot of like eczema spots on her face. That was brave for her to go out there and do that, and she still killed it. She still killed it, man. And I know it's hard suffering from something like that when you have to be in a sport that's as physical as wrestling. So shout out to her.
Shout out
to Mustafa Ali, and definitely shout out to Tiffany Stratton. Shout out to Tiffany Stratton. And shout out to Ludwig Kaiser, man. I see you, bro.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ladies and gentlemen. I love Ludwig Kaiser.
He's a star, bro.
Facts.
That's a workout couple, man. They be in the gym faithfully.
They be in the gym, killing it. But let's give out some more awards, bro. Let's give out some more awards. Black Wrestler of the Week, where we show our love to our favorite black wrestlers, both past and present. I don't have a really long spiel for this one. I just want to say I want to nominate Jay Lethal, because why not, bro? Like, why not? I feel like when it comes to black wrestlers, why not? When it comes to Jay Lethal, dog, it's like a lot of people forget just how much he's meant to pro wrestling for the last 2 decades, bro. This was Black Machismo, one of the most wackiest characters that should have never worked. He made it work. He was literally the black macho man, Randy Savage. He was mimicking Randy Savage, and it should have been like wrestle crap. It should have been something that nobody took towards, but somehow, some way, Jay Lethal made it work. And over the years, Jay Lethal has had a hand in training a lot of our favorite wrestlers. A lot of people might not know this, but Jay Lethal actually trained AJ Lee, who is now the wife of CM Punk. And right now, Jay Lethal is doing his thing over in AEW, where he has a faction with Sonjay Dutt and Jeff Jarrett. It's kind of a weird mixture of people, but I feel it. Why not? So Jay Lethal, you are my nomination for Black Wrestler of the Week. And you got one of the most beautiful elbow drops I've ever seen, bro.
Look, I've already nominated this guy, and I'm going to nominate him again. I'm nominating The Rock for the Black Wrestler of the Week. Rock,
is he black?
Yeah, his daddy black.
Is he?
or what your dad is.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm nominating The Rock, man. Rock, thank you so much for coining the phrase Cody Crybabies, because if you didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to come on this podcast and usher in the Crybaby era. And thank you for going back to your Hollywood Rock and blessing us with one of the most incredible promos that we've seen in a lifetime 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. And thank you for telling those Cody Crybabies exactly what they are, which are crybabies. People who had the largest main event in history with The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and they blew it. Thank you for calling them losers. Thank you for validating my opinion. Great one. The real people's champ.
That fake ass Versace shirt on.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
You got that from the
It
alley,
wasn't
man.
Versace, bro. He say Santi Alley, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm like, Rock, you too important to be wearing fake Versace, man. What you
He got
doing?
that joint from Temu. Wearing Temu
But-
Versace.
We can only have one. The Rock, Jay Lethal, huh? How interesting. Jay Lethal wins this week Black Wrestler of the Week. We do not give that man enough flowers
At all.
He has been through it all. ROH,
Yeah.
TNA. He's been everywhere, man. And of course, his infamous segment with the one, the legend, Ric Flair. That's my line.
Made him crack, man.
Made
him
Ric
crack.
Flair
Man,
crack,
that
bro.
man Ric Flair was like,
What?
he's like, oh, what?
Yeah, man. Yo, he's been doing a lot over the last couple of decades, like Qwan said. But shouts out to Jay Lethal. Would love to have you on this podcast with the
Facts.
homies. That would be dope.
Facts.
Yeah, you're great, man. Legend for sure. So
Right.
shouts to you, Black Wrestler of the Week.
And he did it all without the WWE machine. Like,
Yep.
Jay Lethal has never wrestled in WWE. He's been able to become a legend in the business without ever stepping foot in WWE. And that's ill. That's ill.
Yeah, good for
Facts.
him.
Right.
Facts.
So shout out to Jay Lethal. And definitely shout out to The Rock. Because, that promo last week with that fake Temu Versace on, you killed it, bro. I'm tuned in this week. Is The Rock on SmackDown this week? Do we know?
I don't know, but I would assume he is because of the road to
Is he?
WrestleMania now.
Right. We need that. We need that.
Yeah, we
need
6
that.
weeks out, man.
Damn.
We got one more award to get to, bro. One more award. Match of the week. What y'all got for match of the week, man? This one was a tough one for me because there was a lot of good wrestling this week. I thought Mustafa Ali versus Chris Sabin at No Surrender was ill, but I think my nomination would be Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne.
I was about to say that.
We all are
Versus
unanimous
the
with that.
Judgment Day. Oh, that's unanimous?
Yup.
Yeah,
me too.
bro.
That was a hell of a match, man.
That was
Yo.
insane, bro. How
Yeah.
Bay was bouncing off the rope and stuff. I'm like,
Yo, bro. Or how he was like bending his leg back and kicking homies in the face. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
yo, this
what?
dude is crazy, bro.
And Damian Priest, man.
Bro, Damian Priest is literally one of the
Bro.
best big men in history.
It's a main
Bro.
eventer right there.
Like,
Bro, like,
to
what?
be that size, he wrestles so incredibly good, bro.
Yeah,
I don't think
he got
people
individuals.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, he crazy.
This man said he got individuals. For the people who don't know at home, man, individuals are a black hairstyle of braids that usually women get, but for some reason, Damian Priest got it.
Yeah, he got
He's
him.
an epic.
He got
He's
them
an epic.
things. But no, Damian Priest is incredible. But that match was dope, bro. That
It's
match was
incredible.
super dope. I'm so happy to see Tyler Bate finally on the main roster doing his thing because I feel like Tyler Bate was in NXT for 12 the goddamn years, bro. He was like a super senior when it came to NXT.
Yeah.
It was at the point where I'm like, yo, why is he still with WWE? Why haven't they just released him at this point? But now he's on SmackDown doing his thing with Pete Dunne. I love it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
And shout out to Pete Dunne too. Like, oh my God, when Vince McMahon forced his way back into the company and he was on the power trip and he just like changed NXT to like some Nickelodeon colorful thing,
Yup.
and like everybody quit. Like Adam Cole left, Keith Lee left, like all the Malachi, all these guys quit and went right over to AEW. Right? Tyler Bate could have did that, but you know what Tyler Bate did? He re-upped with WWE because he said, you know what, I'm gonna withstand this storm. And now look at him, bro. He's prospering. He
Mhm.
could have easily ran across the street to AEW like everybody else and been on Collision wrestling against random guys from Ring of Honor. But he stuck
Facts.
around, bro. He stuck around, and now he's reaping the benefits. So shout out to Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs for sure.
All right, man. Let's get into y'all know the segment, bro. Look, Cooley rubbing his hands already.
Pack him up.
I already know. I'm not gonna.
The Manny
know if I'm packing
Pacquiao's,
up.
bro. This is the Pack 'em Up Awards where we pack up the most anonymous things in wrestling that week. This week, I think I want to pack up the habitually online wrestling fans that we were speaking about earlier in this podcast. Because like I said, there's a lot of wrestling out there. People with lives can't watch everything, but there's this 1% of people who watch everything. I'm talking CMLL and AAA, New Japan, anything you can think of, they watch it. Recently, not even recently, at Elimination Chamber, Seth Rollins wore the third eye glasses that were made famous by the singer Prince. Everybody knows Prince. Like, how could you not know Prince? But you know what the habitually online wrestling fans said? They said Seth Rollins is copying Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
You watch so much goddamn wrestling that you think the third eye, 3-lens glasses is Velveteen Dream's thing and not Prince? Bro, listen, I know we all love wrestling. Wrestling is incredible. We have a whole podcast based on wrestling. But at some point, you got to turn the channel and watch other things too, bro. Like, how could you not know who Prince is because you're so caught up in this wrestling bubble? Get out of the bubble, bro. Go outside. Touch some goddamn grass. It can't just be wrestling 24/7, bro. We got to do other stuff, too. So pack yourself up.
Hey, before we continue, I thought I was Dr. Umar in Sylvan's background, but it's quite
Yeah, that's hilarious, dog. Ain't no way you about to have Dr. Umar pop up on my feed, dog.
Bro,
Ain't
they
no
look
way,
dead
bro.
alike. They got the same beard and square.
Donations.
Gifts.
I'm packing up the Australian news.
Oh,
That's right. I'm packing y'all up, man. In case you guys didn't know, Austin Theory almost flipped a lid. Interviewing, interviewing. I pulled up the article with the editor-in-chief, Anthony D. Siegel, I believe, or De Siegel, basically referring to wrestling as fake. Austin Theory got so heated that he threatened to punch this man in his mouth because this guy traveled all the way from the United States to perform and basically give his good graces for this wonderful place in Australia, only to be insulted for his craft. And granted, I know a lot of like the Australian news outlets and Australian people in general do not understand the culture of wrestling like that. But man, my gosh, like it's best for you to at least just check up. Like, and I mean, look, we saw this also recently with Grayson Waller, man. You know what I mean? Like, this whole wrestling is fake thing does not go over. Like, educate yourselves. Do not bring these wrestlers onto your platform and basically call them out for having a fake craft. So you get in this pack.
Disrespect.
pack them up.
Disrespectful.
Man,
We got Cooley.
I'm packing up a legend this week, man.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Who we packing?
John Cena, you getting this pack, baby.
Why is John Cena getting a pack? That is so
What
random.
did John Cena do?
My guy, John Cena, I don't know if you guys saw, but he had an interview with Howard Stern. And this man said,
Again?
yes.
Yep, it's bad. It's
Why,
bad.
why does he be going on? I'm not on the internet, so I really don't. I don't be
listen,
knowing.
Just listen to Cooley, bro. It was bad. It was bad. Cooley.
This man said he's been natural his whole career. He don't use no P&Ds.
Come on, Cena.
Bro, I said, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, come on, Cena.
Get out of here, man. Come on. I love you, Cena. At first, when I was watching the interview, I didn't know who Howard Stern was talking to because I couldn't see him. I'm like, who's he talking to? He's talking to himself?
You're an idiot.
Cooley dumb dog.
But it was John Cena. Once I really
John Cena?
heard the lie, I'm like, we're lying now, bro. Come on, man. You getting this pack?
He definitely
damn
used
well.
PEDs, bro.
Yeah.
Like all those wrestlers did.
Correct.
He didn't get that big naturally. Like, come on.
It is what it is. You got the
Yeah.
veins
Come
out
on,
there,
dog.
your shoulder, and veins in your finger. Like, You use some PEDs, brother.
Facts.
What we
John
talking
Cena.
about?
John Cena
We
was
still to go?
wilding.
John
He
Cena.
definitely go. But he was kind of wilding in that interview. Like he almost got canceled, to be honest, because he kind of
Oh, with the Vince.
yeah, he kind of stood
Yeah.
by Vince McMahon, bro. He was kind of like,
Yeah.
yo, that's my friend. I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe don't say that. Maybe
He's
just like,
standing by his man's.
maybe just drop a no comment. I get it though, because it's like without Vince McMahon, who would John Cena be, bro? He would probably be working at a gym. He would probably be working at Gold's Gym on Venice Beach or something. Like, come on. So
but it's like at this point, anything you say about Vince, you're gonna get packed.
Yeah, so you might as well just no
Triple H
comment.
said no comment, and he still got packed. It's like, bro,
Yeah, that's true.
God, man.
At this point, it's damn near a setup. It's like just be like, yo, my heart goes to the victims, and that's it. Keep it at that.
Yeah. It's tough, man. You know, a lot of people got close relationships with Vince, and you know, I'm being honest. Like, it's unrealistic to ask people who have 15, 20 years, even 10 years with a person to have any type of real comment to say about someone who's done something so horrendous. Like, you know, look, my mama did some stuff and, you know, it was super crazy and I didn't know. And y'all came to me like, what'd you think about your mama doing this? I'd be like, yo, I don't, like, relax.
Right.
I need
Like,
to
it's
figure
still
it
my
out.
mom,
It's still my
dog.
mom, bro. Like, relax. You could kind of get knocked out, you know, like,
Right.
so.
That's the tough part, especially when it comes to Triple H, because I know Triple H is the COO or whatever his title is, whatever, you know, he's just really just the mascot, to be honest. But
it's a little different for him.
Yeah, it's like, yo, Vince McMahon is his father-in-law and has been for like 20 years. Like we kind of forget that. It's like, what do you really expect Triple H to say about pretty much his dad, dog? Like,
it's only different for Trips because he is in the company. He is the face, so it's just like
so it's tough. It's tough.
It's like, dog, I don't know what to tell you. You got to say something.
It's literally Succession again, bro. Yeah. It's like if they ask Roman about Logan, like, what is he really gonna say about Logan? Like, that's his pops, bro.
Yeah,
that's his pops.
But Triple H know everything too. If Stephanie does,
yeah, them boys know.
Of course,
them boys knew what time it is.
Of course, we knew, and we just people at home. So if we know, then he had to know something. But it's like, but I guess what can you do? It's like when the man is in power and he kind of controls everything. It's like, what can you really do against him? I don't know. It's a tough situation. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out, man. But see you later, Vince, man. I'm glad you out of the paint. But definitely pack up John Cena for standing with Vince McMahon. Why are there balloons on your screen,
That's
bro?
crazy, bro.
What
I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if the audience at home can see this, but like it was like balloons or something.
What was that?
But yo, we definitely got to pack up Vince McMahon and John Cena for those comments.
Yeah.
Definitely use performance enhancement drugs. Definitely got to pack up the Australian media because why were they calling wrestling fake to wrestlers? But honestly, though, man, before we get out of here, like, can we blame them for not really understanding pro wrestling? Because
yes, we can.
But how though, bro? Because it's like we all say wrestling's not fake, but then we use other words like predetermined and scripted, and it's like that's all kind of fancy words for fake. Like,
I mean, at a certain point though, we all like you got to educate. It's media, right? Like you're a poor media person or journalist if you can't educate yourself on the subject at hand. So if you don't know the culture or the aspects around it, and you don't have any type of like priviness to what's going on, then like how well are you really doing your job?
Right.
You know, you're going to disrespect somebody that's bringing money into, you know, your area just because you don't want to educate yourself and you have a preconceived notion about something and you just leaning off that. Are you really doing your job well?
Right. I guess fake is the wrong terminology then. Maybe because like you can't tell me that Big E breaking his neck on live TV was fake. Like there's a wrestler named Darren Drozdov who his WWE name was Draws, right? And I think he might have passed away a couple years, but he was powerbombed in the middle of the ring by D'Lo Brown, I want to say, and something went wrong. He was paralyzed. He never walked again until his death. So it's like, you gonna tell me that was fake?
People, I mean, there's real athletes that will tell you they would rather do what they're doing instead of wrestling. It's like there was a boxer, I think, or a UFC fighter that said, I would much rather be doing what I'm doing now instead of wrestling. Wrestling is way harder. It's way harder on the body. It's way harder on the mind, the mental. Like I only need to fight every 2 months. You know, you got to fight every week.
Right. Every week. There's no off season. There's literally no off season in wrestling. It's just every week. But You know, it is what it is. We kind of got deep at the end of this podcast for no reason. Like, what was that? What was that? Yo, y'all got to get more next week because we got to get out of here, man. We got things to do. We got people to see. We got wrestling to watch tonight.
Got more
Shout
wrestling
out
to
to
watch.
Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey. I'm supposed to be listening to Schoolboy Q, dog. I'm supposed to be at Schoolboy Q listening party, but I'm going to watch wrestling because I'm a nerd.
I'm
black nerd.
I'm low key supposed to be with my girl. I mean, my fiance. He's supposed to be my fiance, and we supposed to be like heading to like this big event with couples or whatnot. And I told her straight up, I can't do that. So I got to go to the homies joints, and they, you know, we going with friends and stuff. But I'm like, you know, when wrestling calls,
right?
Damn.
And I'm pretty sure Cooley got to work. Like
I gotta work, man. I might even have to leave the show early or something.
That's
it's
real.
too long,
bro.
Yeah,
boys better have links at the show.
I'm playing like, yo, all this, and we're still in the building because that's how much we love wrestling. That's how much we love wrestling. We can't watch all of it though, bro. It's just impossible. So listen, next time you want to frown your nose up at somebody and look down on them for not watching as much wrestling as you do, I need you to do me a favor. Go outside, look up at the sun, and enjoy the day. Breathe some fresh air, touch some grass, go get some Doritos or something, and just, you know, chill, bro. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. And until next time, this is Wrestling with the Homies. We are out. Peace.